Scrap It. I just wanted to explain to you guys today's STEAM Wednesday. So today's activity is called How Small is Small. So with Miss Enfield the last couple days, you guys have been learning about scale of organisms and microorganisms. So you guys have done a little card sorting activity on PowerPoint. You guys messed with that little scale tool and amplify. But today we're going to take a look at some microorganisms. So you guys can see the ones up on the board that I have listed. And we're going to build our own little scale tool. So in another video I talked to you guys about just how small a micrometer is. Okay, so if I were to draw 1,000 lines in between these two little lines for a millimeter, that's a micrometer. So when we're talking about the size of a bacteria, we're going to be measuring that in micrometers. So to start, you guys will be given this information on your Microsoft Forms that's attached to today's assignment. To look at a bacteria is about 1 micrometer. Okay, large. This little guy here represents a micrometer. It kind of looks like a funky U, and in your guys' form, I just use a U to represent a micrometer. Okay? We know that a skin cell is 10 times larger. Okay? So we know that a skin cell is about 10 micrometers large. Okay? So what you guys will be doing is finding and or building random objects around your house to represent these sizes on a scale that you can see. Obviously, you guys aren't going to go out and pick one tiny micrometer size bacteria and use that in a picture for your scale model. You guys are going to pick something you actually see. My suggestion for you guys would be to start with bacteria, obviously, but find a really small object. Okay? I'm going to use a marble, and I would suggest that you even find something a little bit smaller with the marble, but I'm going to use this for an example for you guys. So if I measure a marble, okay, a marble is about 1 centimeter. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. You guys don't have to have exact measurements. If you round up to a whole number, that's okay. So I would use a marble to represent my bacteria. Okay, my marble is 1 centimeter wide. Okay? If I know that a skin cell is 10 times larger than a bacteria, then I'm going to take my size of the bacteria, or the size of my marble, and I'm going to multiply that by 10. Okay? That's going to tell me how big of an object I need to find for my skin cells to represent that it is 10 times larger than a bacteria. So if I multiply 1 centimeter by 10, I have 10 centimeters. So I'm going to go around my house and either find or make an object that's about 10 centimeters wide. So for you guys, I've chosen a softball. Okay, I have plenty of these lying around. So it's not exactly 10, but it's close enough. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you guys can see from one side of my softball to roughly the other is about 10 centimeters wide. So that would represent my animal cell. So you guys can kind of see the difference. Here's my bacterial cell. Here's my animal cell. Okay? So what you guys will do then is you guys will collect something for a tree cell. If we're comparing a tree cell to a bacteria, a tree cell is 100 times larger than a bacteria. So you guys would want to find something that's about 100 centimeters large. Okay? This is why I'm telling you guys to start with a bacteria, because a bacteria, it might be hard to find something that's this big in your object. You guys maybe you'll find a hula hoop or something that's this wide. So find something that you guys can use to represent, but obviously you guys are starting with your own object, so I don't want you to start with the marble. In fact, please do not use the marble. Okay? Find your own objects to start with. If you start with like a BB, that might be really good too. Okay? So I would find something for a tree cell that's 100 times. And then I will give you guys the calculation for sand cells. What you guys will do is you will line up all your objects on a table, all 4 of them, and you guys will make a little paper tent, okay, for each of these objects to set beside it, or if it's a large object, maybe in front of it. So it's just a piece of paper, fold it in half, that can stand up in front of my object. So on this one, I'd make a little paper tent that says marble or bacteria. And then I'd say the size of this object. So this object's supposed to represent a bacteria. So I'd write bacteria and then write the size of that object. In this case, it's 1 micrometer. So So right there, 1 micrometer. So I'd say, all right, this is my bacteria, this is my size of it, this is how I would label my tent, and then I would put that right next to the marble so I can see, all right, this marble represents my bacteria, and it represents 1 micrometer in size. Okay? If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll also put some explanations on your form for you, but this video is probably the best way for you guys to get information for that. Okay, I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.